Dear Jewel, I left you with a few things to always hold on to. Loyalty, elusiveness, and brute force. If you remember these lessons, you will survive. If anyone can, it's you. Love you always, Dad.
Xbox One S, starting at $299.
So this is Justin Haywald. I'm sitting here with Rob Waters, and we're going to play through some Dragon Quest VII. Rob, what's your role over at Nintendo?
Product marketing coordinator.
And Dragon Quest VII is, of course, a classic PlayStation game that's now coming to 3DS, coming over to Western shores.
Completely remastered.
And it looks better than it ever did before. I can't
Yes.
wait to dive back into this. And I think an interesting element of Dragon Quest VII back in the day was its time travel.
Yes.
And that's kind of what we're going to look at now.
We are. So right when you start the game, you actually have this one island, the one that you can see me running around on the bottom screen. And that's it. Like, that's all you have when you start the game. And as you continue to progress through the game, you actually start finding these tablet fragments and go into the past. As you continue to save these different islands that you travel to, more and more islands start populating the present. And we're actually going to go back to the past really quickly on one island that I've already saved, and we're going to take a look at it really quickly. This island is pretty interesting. Think reverse Harry Potter. Where magic is very prominent and non-magic people are not. So.
Speaking of time travel and Harry Potter, did you read The Cursed Child?
I did not.
Oh,
I'm still making
spoilers.
my way on through. All right.
So if you name your characters after Harry Potter characters, you can pretend to relive the events.
I thought you said no spoilers. Oh, okay.
Dragon Quest VII is Harry Potter. What? Oh.
So this is a place called Hubble, and we're now in the past. So while in the past, there's a lot of monsters. Usually in the present, when you visit these locations, there's no monsters at all, none in sight. But within the past, evil still exists, so you're still having to deal with all these monsters and whatnot. So we're going to go up to this castle called, I think it's Ruckus Castle? Rucker Castle. So Rucker Castle is the non-magic folk. These people have...
Squibs. I think.
No,
Muggles.
Muggles, yeah, we can use... Squibs were...
Squib are magic, people who should be able to use magic but can't.
We're going to Harry Potter terms here. All right. And they've actually been attacked more recently by Hubble, the magic folk. So that's why their castle's a little torn up and they're rebuilding right now, which sucks for them a lot. So we're gonna hop on over to Hubble now. We just wanted to show off this castle. Show, hey, they're not doing too hot. Now we're going to make our way on over to Hubble. Still got Sir Mervyn in that Berserker class, just hopping around as a monster right now. There's some pretty cool ones. So there's also like Slime, Heal Slime. We have all sorts of monster vocations that you can become and look like.
You look like this guy.
The Mandrake Mercenary. I don't know if the Mandrake Mercenary has a heart.
Because he's pretty cool looking.
He is really cool looking, yeah. I know you can look like, what was it? Actually, that's not a very well-known monster. Never mind. I'm like, I have the heart of one of them, a King Fuchsia, but not very many people would know what that looks like. Sort of like a hummingbird with a flower for a face. All right, so now I'm fighting Metal King Slimes again.
Yeah, like in our previous demo, you went off against a metal slime knight.
Yes.
At the end of the
Or
dungeon.
Metal Slime Knight. I'm sorry. Yes, not Metal King Slime. I can't even read the text that's in front of me right now.
So if you didn't watch that video yet, you should go over and watch it because that's an epic battle that you almost lose.
I do almost lose. It was very embarrassing.
You come through in a clinch at the end. Though.
Yes.
These guys are a lot easier than that other dungeon though.
Yeah. No. These guys are cake. This is going to be pretty easy.
Like the Dragon Quest series is a series that even though the monsters pretty much look they look the same since the original Dragon Warrior on NES, but I still love it. Like But I know a little
They're
bit
awesome.
of it's nostalgia.
But the thing is, they're adorable, but they're so threatening even then. It's just like King Slime has that big old smile on his face, but you know he's gonna crush you eventually. So we're back. We're in Hubble now. So this is the Magic Town, and this is an area that's very prominent with magic. Within here, we actually have a cauldron. A giant one down here that you can see. There's very few people. Stairs. Need to turn my camera angle. There we go. A cauldron right here. Little mechanical is what it looks like, but I promise it's mainly magic. A lot of the story events have been concluded here already, so we're seeing the tail end of Hubble right now. So, a few magic things here and there. Here's one of the, I think it's one of the Academy guys. As well as Evil, can't it? So, we're hearing a little bit of magic talk right here. So now, we've explored a little bit, we've talked about Hubble. We're actually going to go back to the present. So I'm going to run all the way back.
How far in the past have we gone?
I have no clue. There are certain moments in the story actually that are really, really neat. There's certain areas that you'll encounter people and then you'll go back and see them at a different point in their life. There's one gentleman who decides to leave his people, and you see him later on, and he's very old and wise, and he helps you out actually. And he doesn't recognize you, but if you're paying attention as the player, you'll recognize him. But there's also certain moments where, like, you'll save a town. Are you seriously sitting right on it? You'll save a town or city, and you'll go back in the present, and they'll be like, "You're a savior from before." It's like, how do you know this? Like, they must have books or something, but like, it's definitely very prominent within the story that you'll sometimes encounter people at different stages of their life, or, like I said, certain societies will recognize you as the hero.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so one cool thing here, I'm actually just going to take a detour really quick, is the Ask for Guidance feature on this guide right here. So at any point in time during the game, if you're lost, you can actually go up and be like, "Ask for guidance," and he'll tell you or guide you to where you need to be next. This is something that was a little bit of a pain in the original, and they've definitely smoothed that on over. They've streamlined quite a few things within the game. There's an option within your menu to look for the next tablet fragment. You can find out what the last story moment was that you did. There's quite a few accessibility options, especially for people who really aren't into longer narratives or need a refresher.
If you put down the game for a while, especially when you're playing on a mobile.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I played for 15 hours straight and I need to take a nap and I forgot where I was at, so. So we're going to hop on the flying carpet and we're actually going to go to Hubble in the present. All the way out here.
So this was the town that was in ruin the last time we looked at it.
Rucker Castle, which doesn't exist anymore. It is gone. There's trees. Yeah, we're not sure what happened though, because in between the past and now, something occurred. I'm not entirely sure if we find out, but you'll have to find out in the full game. And then let's hop on over to Hubble really quick. And Hubble is a very different town now. So instead of using magic, they actually rely a little bit more on music.
Which is magical.
It can be very magical. So this is just one of the changes because magic cost too much trouble for them. So they decided, well, we're just gonna get rid of magic in our society and go straight to music. So that was the effect that you had on the world. This is the change that you made occur because you decided to meddle in the past.
So do the things that you do in one era or do in the past have a direct effect on the things that happen in the future?
Sometimes. It's not dynamic though, it's very linear, just because it's trying to tell you a story. But it does, definitely, yeah. Just the idea of the island reappearing and existing is a direct effect of what you did there, because you saved them, you solved their problem. You made it so that civilization didn't die out. But for this one, for example, it actually completely changed the dynamic of the people, which is pretty interesting. Instead of just saving them, you actually made it so they changed their way of life so it's not as chaotic. So I guess it's a little bit, maybe a little deep for, for Dragon Quest, but a lot of these stories, even though the visuals are nice and happy, are actually quite deep and can be a little bit of a darker tone once you look at the, under the surface. So, and here's the Magic Academy area, or the magic area that we went to is now a pub.
As most schools turn into eventually.
Yeah.
My elementary school back in the day, just a bar now.
Oh, well.
Funnily enough, it also lets in 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds. Drinking all day.
Well then.
I'm kidding, it's always been a bar.
And so, yeah. We want to show the cause and effect, show you a little bit more of a deeper story and a little bit more about the game.
Yeah, so. there's a lot to explore in Dragon Quest VII, and this is coming to 3DS really soon. We're right on the cusp of launch.
Oh yeah, September 16th this year, which is right around the corner. So yeah.
Then if you want to watch more of us fighting against metal slimes, you can check that out on GameSpot.com, and also a place where we apparently just talk about Harry Potter spoilers.
Yeah.
Sorry.